Hi again guys, I'm back with another unboxing. This one's come from zcube.cn. It's come fairly quickly. I think it's been about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. I'm not entirely sure when I ordered it now, but I've got some puzzles in here that I'm extremely excited about, so let's get straight into it. I have ordered from these guys at zcube before. They're very reliable and very good prices as well. You'll find if you ever have a look at their website, you'll find them a lot cheaper than you will in a lot of other places. Okay, everything looks well packed. I was a bit concerned because according to the tracking this has been opened by the Chinese authorities before it got sent out, which is always a bit disturbing, but there we go. Look at that. I love a view like that. So let's get straight. Oh wow. So I've obviously got some free gifts to start with. So let's see what we've got in here. I've got 2 cube stands and some stickers. I know what they're for, so I won't spoil that just yet. And a nice velvet cube bag. It says V-Cube on it actually. Okay. Don't know why that's in there, because I certainly haven't ordered any V-Cubes. If I've got any V-Cubes that'll be a bonus of course, but anyway, let's get straight into here and see what we've got. This is I like to try and do these unboxings by opening this cheaper stuff first and get to the best puzzles last if I can, so I always try to guess which order I need to take them out in when they're in boxes like this. But as you can see, this is just a very simple little puzzle. This is the 2x2 Dodecahedron. It's not going to be a difficult puzzle. It's only a 2x2 shape mod. It's just an interesting little thing. It's just one I want to add to my collection. I've got the 3x3 Dodecahedron. I'd like to get a 4x4 one at some point if anybody ever mass produces one. I've only seen them 3D printed so far, but yeah, it's, simple little puzzle. It does shape shift like that, as you can see. This is by Lanlan, as you can probably tell by the box. But it's I mean, it's never going to be absolutely fabulous quality from Lanlan, but this turns absolutely fine. There's no catching or locking up or anything like that. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be fun to solve. Alright, next is, I'm not going to be able to do it in that order, I don't think, because I've already shown you this box now, so I better get this one out. This is one I'm very excited about. It's a puzzle I've wanted ever since I got back into cubing. As you can probably tell by the box, it's from WitEden. Excuse me. And you see ticked there is the WitEden and Oskar 3x3 Mixup. Wow, this thing is big. It's a lot bigger than I was expecting actually. Let me just grab a regular 3x3 to compare. So here's my regular Guhong. You can see, put it next to it. Let me just tilt my camera down a bit more actually. No, don't need to be showing the box. You can see that the 3x3 is probably about a centimetre smaller there, which is quite significant. I didn't realise this was going to be quite that big, but having seen a couple of videos of this thing being taken apart and things, it doesn't surprise me too much. There were a lot of internal workings that you simply can't see from the outside. It looks fairly simple from the outside, but yeah, on the inside there were a lot of small parts, so I'm not entirely surprised by that. Yeah, as I said, this is a puzzle I've wanted for a long time, because Oskar and David, who is pretty much solely responsible for me getting back into cubing on my recent obsession. Basically I stumbled across his videos on YouTube and just completely fell in love with all the puzzles he was making and showing, and basically started buying some puzzles and got up completely addicted to them. But this was one of the ones he showed at the time. I can't afford really to buy Shapeways products, so I'm very glad that this is got mass produced. I always remember back when I was a kid, when I used to play with the Rubik's Cube, that I always thought that it looked like you might be able to do mix-up moves on a regular cube, because the lines always almost kind of line up when you do a half turn. And now finally I've actually got a cube that can do that. If you're not aware of this, obviously this looks like a regular 3x3 as it is at the moment, and it turns just like you'd expect a regular 3x3 to do. If you just do it like that, that's fine. But what's special about this cube is you can do a half turn like that, and you can then spin the top layer like so. So what you're actually doing is swapping centres around, which is something you simply can't do on a regular 3x3. The centres are always in exactly the same position relative to each other, no matter what. Whereas this one, that changes. And you can also swap centres for edge pieces as well. You can see that green, what was the green centre, is now where the green-white edge piece would have been to begin with. So I've no idea if this is a difficult puzzle to solve or a simple one. I suspect it's reasonably difficult. I expect you get into situations that you just can't get out of with regular cube or cuboid moves that you're used to on other puzzles. So I expect it to be quite a lot of fun and quite challenging to figure out how to solve this. Fingers crossed I'll be able to figure it out by myself and not need any help, but we'll see about that. Quality wise, it feels excellent. If you've seen my other videos about the last series of puzzles that WitEden brought out, the camouflage cubes, they felt quite cheap and lightweight and not very good quality, quite loose and didn't turn brilliantly. This, on the other hand, feels excellent. It actually feels somewhat like the wormhole series of puzzles. They felt very, very high quality, just like this does, and turns in a very similar way. You're not going to get much in the way of corner cutting on it, but it does a little, as you can see there, but I'm not too concerned about that anyway, because corner cutting really is for speed cubes. The only thing I do want on these kind of puzzles is a little bit, so you don't have to worry about getting things absolutely perfectly lined up before you turn them, otherwise they lock up. That makes solving them a bit of a pain as far as I'm concerned. So as long as you've got a little bit, so you don't have to have everything absolutely perfectly lined up, I'm happy on something like this. And as you can see, it does perfectly well. It actually corner cuts quite surprisingly well. So yeah, that's a very interesting puzzle. I'm very much looking forward to playing with that properly and seeing how difficult that one is to solve. Alright then, so next in the box is this, which is simply a Shengshou Megaminx. Now I've got Megaminxes, I already have a Shengshou Megaminx. In fact, the reason I bought this one is because, if you saw my recent video, I actually restickered my other Shengshou Megaminx in the 30 colour sticker pattern from Oliver's Stickers, which looks fabulous. If you haven't seen that, check out my recent video that showed you my 17 new twisty puzzles that I've got at the time. But yeah, these Shengshou Megaminxes, they're good quality, very, very cheap actually. I think this was about $4 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. It's not expensive, that's for sure. And yeah, it's like all Shengshou products, it's not going to be the best you ever find, generally speaking, but it's also nowhere near the worst. They are excellent quality, and the turning quality on this is no different. You can feel there's a little bit of catching on, some flashing inside the puzzles, but that will wear off with a little bit of breaking in, I'm sure. It feels tensioned fine. It could use a little bit of lube, I'm sure, but again, it turns absolutely fine. And yeah, once I'd restickered my other one, I decided I needed to have another one in my collection, because I want a regular one as well as the other two types I've got. So yeah, needed that, so I just chucked it in with the order when I bought the other puzzles. Okay then, so next in the box is this thing. You can probably see what this is straight away. This is a gear shift. Obviously not the official version, unfortunately. I probably should have just bought that, to be honest, but I may well do anyway, because as I said, I am a big fan of Oskar and David's. But yeah, oh well, that turns great. In fact, that might turn a little bit too well. It's too easy to turn everything. It's going to be hard to hold things in position when you're trying to turn a different face. But anyway, once again, if you're not aware of what this puzzle is, obviously it's a geared puzzle. At the moment, while everything's in the position it's in, you can actually turn every single piece in one go. You turn two faces and absolutely everything turns, which seems like it isn't going to mix up much, because if you turn everything the same way, you just turn everything backwards and yeah, it's solved again. But what you can actually do with this is just pull it apart like that, as you can see there, and then you can turn just, oh, obviously isn't far enough, yeah, there we go, and then you can turn just one face by itself, and you can pull it apart like that in all three directions, and yeah, it works in every way. And the final one, yeah, that turns really well actually for what is actually a knockoff. That turns really well. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. It feels very weighty and solid as well. And again, that was quite a cheap little puzzle, so yeah, I'm definitely happy with that. I was lucky enough to play one of these recently. My girlfriend actually owns the official version, so I played with that for a while. Couldn't actually solve it at the time. I felt like I was getting close, but I ended up with just one of these small gears rotated by about a third of a turn at the end of each time I managed to solve it. I was getting a bit frustrated with it, so I decided I have to get one and figure out how to solve the damn thing. So yeah, I'll spend some time working on that, and yeah, I'm sure that'll be a huge amount of fun. I don't know how long it will take me. Apparently it's not too difficult to solve once you've figured out the process, but yeah, spend some time on it and hopefully I will figure it out. Okay then, so next we've got a piece of paper. It's just the packing list. Hopefully I haven't just shown you my address on that. Oh yeah, I've forgotten I'd ordered this actually. You can see here I've got the YJ Heart Cube, which is just a 3x3 shape mod by YJ, and in the shape of a heart, as you can see. I thought it would be quite interesting. It's not going to be too difficult, I'm sure, but if you've seen my other videos, you'll probably know that I'm quite a big fan of cheap little 3x3 shape mods. They can add quite a interesting depth to the solving experience without too much effort, sort of thing. You know, it's still a 3x3, and everything that works on a 3x3 still works on it, but then your perspective gets skewed by the different colours and different shapes, and you find it's a lot harder to solve than it probably should be. So yeah, I'm a big fan of these. I'm sure I'll enjoy that. It'll go into my collection. The fact that it's single colour is interesting because you've got no other guides there to what shape goes where. So it's going to take a little bit of trial and error to figure out which piece goes where. I like the little logo in the centre. It's kind of got a hologrammatic effect on it. That's quite cool. So yeah, this is just a very cheap little puzzle. I just thought I'd chuck it in the order while I was making it because I've seen them around and thought it looked like a fun puzzle, and yeah, thought I'd enjoy it. Okay then, so next in the box is one I'm very, very excited about. By the packaging, it looks like it's a Mozhi brand cube. You can probably see there. Slide this kindly into it. There we go. What it is, if you're familiar with this puzzle, once again, this is a knockoff brand, which I don't generally like buying them, but in this case I'm not too concerned, because if you buy the genuine article of this, it costs an absolute fortune. This is like $40 or something like that, and for what it is, I think that's extremely expensive. So yeah, I'm afraid I did go for the knockoff version on this occasion. Okay, so what it is, it's kind of like a Pyraminx, but it's got these extra faces on each side. Now the turning quality of this it's not terrible, but it's not great either. It feels like it needs lubing, that's for sure. And obviously a little bit of breaking in won't do it any harm, same as on any other puzzle. But how much harder it is than a regular Pyraminx, I've no idea. I've seen reviews of it that say it's not too difficult, but yeah, these tips are quite difficult to turn. But yeah, other than that, it turns just like a Pyraminx does, like that, as you can see. So it's kind of like a cross Pyraminx. If you know that the current Calvin's cross cube, then this is basically a Pyraminx done the same way, I think. But really, the tips are no longer trivial like they are on the regular Pyraminx, because obviously you can mix them up with tips from the different triangular sides. So that's going to add extra dimension to the solve right there. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to play with this. I know I had to say that about, oh dear, that's come out of alignment there. I need to be careful there. I'm going to break something. That's no good. I need to fiddle with that in a little while, I think, and when I'm off camera, because that's about to fall to pieces if I'm not very careful there. So I'll leave that for now, and I'll come back to you with a proper review of that maybe later on when I've put that back together again. Okay then, finally in the box we've got a Starminx II, the face turning Starminx. This is a puzzle I've wanted for a long time. I've been looking and looking and looking for a black one, never been able to find one. They're just not on sale anywhere. This is the only colour that's ever on sale everywhere you look, and finally I decided I had to bite the bullet and buy this colour. Now they call the colour Ice Purple. This colour is not ice purple, this colour is pink. Look at it. It's hideous. But I wanted this puzzle, so I had to... Yeah, that is not purple. That really is not purple. That's horrible. But still, I wanted the puzzle, so I had to bite the bullet and buy this colour, because it's the only one I could get. So if I ever come across a black one, I will buy that and sell this one. But yeah, for now it's the only one I can get, and it's the only one I can have a chance to play with, so this is the one I bought. Wow, that's very nice turning quality. If you're not aware, this is by MF8, it's the Starminx II. The Starminx 1 is the Dino Dodecahedron version, which is corner turning, which is fairly simple to solve if you know how to solve a Dino cube, it's not too difficult. Whereas this one, as you can see, each turn turns quite a number of pieces along with it. It takes a centre and 4 of the inner edge pieces, as well as 3 of the outer edge pieces on each face. So obviously it's going to be more difficult to solve because you're moving a lot more puzzles. It's a lot more difficult. You can see there's some flashing there that's catching at the moment, but yeah, a bit of breaking in. Well, just a couple of turns has solved that already. Yeah, it turns quite well. It clearly needs a bit of breaking in, but yeah, that won't be an issue because I'm sure I'll play with this quite a lot, and that will break it in the process. Obviously it needs stickering, which are those stickers I pulled out earlier and put to one side over here. Presumably there's 12 or 13 colours of stickers in there, because I would imagine they've given me an option whether I want to put a black or white side on there. Let's have a look. We've got purple, green, another green, light blue, dark blue, oh god, pink, white, grey, red, orange, black and yellow. I didn't actually count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, there's only 12. Okay, fair enough. No, online there's still one in the packet, so there is 13. So yeah, obviously I've got to sticker this puzzle before I can play with it. I might do a little bit of breaking in on it before I sticker it, actually, that way it doesn't get scrambled in the process, and then I can have a look at a couple of sequences maybe before I actually scramble it, see if I can figure out what some things might do. But yeah, I'll get stickering that in a little while, along with the other puzzle I'm actually in the middle of stickering at the moment, which is my 8x8 that I'm putting the Pockman stickers on. While I was just changing my memory card in my camera, I've actually had a quick look at this volcano, and it's actually fixed these tips, which is good. It's all I needed to do was to turn back, thankfully, but when you turn them I figure out you do need to actually grip all 3 as you turn them, to stop that misalignment from happening. So if you get one of these, be aware of that. They feel a little bit kind of flaky and fragile, these tips, but the rest of it feels absolutely fine. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun too. I'm sure that'll look quite mental when it's scrambled, actually. I'm very interested to see what that's like to solve. I've been looking at this puzzle for quite some time and wondered what it was like. I've just noticed actually there's the edges of these kind of centerpieces on each side. I don't know if you can see that on camera. You can see there's like indentation. It's like it on all of them. It's like the pieces are kind of convex down that side, which is a bit odd, and they've stuck the stickers on top of it, which is a bit strange. But oh well. I thought the sticker was coming off there to begin with, but it's not. It's just actually the shape of the plastic piece underneath, and it's not a bad mould or anything, because every piece is like that. Oh well, that's a bit strange, but never mind. So yeah, that's about it for this unboxing, guys. I'll just do a quick recap of what I got. I got the 2x2 Dodecahedron and the Megaminx to replace my restickered version. I got this little YJ 3x3 shape mod, the heart cube. I got the gear shift, which I'm very happy with. That's going to be a lot of fun. This volcano, of course, and Oskar's 3x3 Mixup. I don't know whether I'll get the rest of the puzzles in this series or not. I'll see what this is like, and then maybe look at some reviews and stuff and see what people think of the other versions of it, because there are a 3x3x4, a 4x4x3 and a 4x4x4 version of this as well. So I'll see later on whether I think it'd be worth getting the rest of the series, see how much I enjoy this one basically. And of course the Starminx, which I'm very, very, very excited about scrambling and playing with. Alright then guys, that's it for this unboxing. Please click like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.